Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hey, y'all, this is some breaking news regarding Mr. Rudy Giuliani, who is Trump's former attorney. The bankruptcy court to be specific, has dismissed his bankruptcy case, which is a win for any of the creditors, including Miss Freeman and Miss Moss. Those are the two Georgia election workers back in the 2020 election that was defamed by Rudy Giuliani. They ended up winning a lawsuit of over $145 million. So now that his assets are no longer frozen, they can go after it. So I'm going to tune you guys into ABC News so you can get the latest.
Getting word there might be some breaking news in Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy case. Is that right, Aaron? And if so, what can you tell us?
This happened just a few moments ago. A federal bankruptcy judge dismissed Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy case, and that means that Giuliani, who sought to be shielded from about $150 million in debt, most of it to a couple of Georgia election workers that he defamed, he's not going to be shielded anymore because the judge said it was in the interest of those creditors and others to dismiss the bankruptcy case and allow them to start to collect from Giuliani. And the judge really scolded him for not being transparent about his finances, for missing deadlines, and effectively the decision says that Giuliani does not deserve the protections that a bankruptcy petition would provide.
All right, Aaron, thanks for working double duty today. I appreciate it.
Did you guys hear that? So none of his assets are protected from his creditors, including the two former Georgia election workers that won that settlement. This is what I have been trying to explain to people. I don't care. Anybody can file a lawsuit in court. Specifically, you can file a bankruptcy petition, but that does not mean that the judge is going to grant it. You have to turn in certain, if you've been through bankruptcy, but there are schedules that you have to complete that shows all of your assets, all of your financial statements, all of your liabilities. Just everything has to be presented to the court so that they can review and determine if you can be protected. And once Giuliani was required to give that 145 million plus judgment to those two ladies and other creditors, he was like, hold on, let me file for bankruptcy too. So bankruptcy only temporarily freezes everything until they determine whether or not to either put you on chapter, what is it, 7, 11, or 13, whatever the case may be. I think he filed chapter 11 and he wanted to go to chapter 7. But that's neither here nor there because the judge ended up dismissing it. But my point is, you have people like Tasha K and Blueface who have these $1 million judgments and they are trying to run it from them. And Tasha K even went ahead and tried to file bankruptcy. And now Cardi B is fighting to get that. And Cardi B is doing a great job. Even though she hasn't been paid yet, she is staying on her. Same thing I believe is going to happen to Blueface come point of time. But going to the election workers, I want to kind of give you guys an insight of how this came about. I'm going to share this screen as well. So in this article was published on December 15th, 2023. So this is, I'm just going to kind of go, and it shows you exactly how much they were awarded. $148,169,000 in damages, and it's going to break down in here what they was awarded. So Rudy Giuliani owes defamed Georgia election workers Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Eshe Moss damages after deliberately spreading lies in effort to undermine the 2020 election results. If you are a voter, you know what went down in 2020. Trump was very, very upset when he did not win that election against Biden. So on December 15th, a jury awarded Georgia election workers Ruby Freeman and Miss Moss, I'm just going to call her Moss, just over 148 million in compensatory and punitive damages from Rudy Giuliani. Okay. This determination comes after Judge Howell of the United States District Court for the District of Columbia entered a default judgment against Rudy Giuliani, finding him liable to Ms. Freeman and Ms. Moss on all of their claims. Now, this was a default judgment. What does this mean? That means that they filed a lawsuit. They got a process server or a sheriff to serve Mr. Giuliani, but he failed to answer. And when you fail to answer in so many days, then you could put in a notice or a motion to enter a default judgment. And this is what happened. So once the court determined that, they looked at all the evidence, the judge says, okay, he's liable. He's liable to pay both of you a hefty settlement amount. What was that amount? So at the close of trial, the 8 members of the jury awarded $75 Lord, 75 million in punitive damages, 33,169,000 in defamation damages, and 40 million in total damages for infliction of emotional distress. Ms. Moss and Ms. Freeman filed suit in December of 2021 against Mr. Giuliani for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and civil conspiracy arising from the statements he made to intentionally undermine the results of the 2020 presidential election. Right now, if you are into politics, y'all, I am telling you, this is a big win. I am very, very happy for those two ladies that, get to go after his assets. And assets include anything that's in his bank accounts, any assets that he has. They actually mentioned a New York apartment. So if they sell that apartment, they're going to get the funds from that. So he is no longer protected by the bankruptcy court. He has to pay up. So I'm sure as soon as this was dismissed, their attorneys is drafting the paperwork so that they could seize his property, his assets, so they could start collecting. Man, tell me what you guys think regarding this. This is a big day in the legal world, especially dealing with Giuliani and anybody in relations to Trump. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, be blessed, and I'm out.